Sammy Baugh, though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the bye week and our place in the standings, injuries for this upcoming huge game against the Giants. This
Huge.
and much, much more live with Aaron and John. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, John?
Yo, 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 what's up?
Excellent.
Aha!
Dude, I can't believe that.
Finally fixed it.
Yeah, and in honor of this episode number 500, and Tyler Larson,
Tyler Larson.
I can't believe I didn't have this sound effect before. What episode is it? 500 and
69, dudes.
I was like looking like I gotta have this sound effect, and I didn't have it. I had to go get it.
I'm very surprised. Did you know that was Keanu Reeves and that other guy? Do you know that other guy's name?
Alex Winter.
Alex Winter? Is it Winter or Winters?
I don't know, but I
He's
got
a righteous
pretty close.
dude.
Alex Winters. If you guys are really us, what number are we thinking?
What number are we thinking?
69, dudes.
Oh my gosh. I think that movie, between that movie and The Big Lebowski, are the reasons that I say dude at least 200 times every single day of my life.
Dude, I know.
Anyway, welcome to the episode. Anyone in the chat room? Nope. Because you know why? There is no game. But had to do a podcast. I had to do a podcast because big things are brewing. And this game is huge. This is probably the biggest game since that game we went to in 2012 against the Cowboys at the end of the season. For us. It's huge.
We sat in the very last row. Very last row.
Three-peat is here.
Scraping oh yeah. So three-peat.
We were hitting those bottles on that back
They were like
metal
those
sign
bottles
thing.
we were hitting them on. No, it's literally a chain link fence up at the top in the upper deck.
Yeah, it was like
literally a chain link fence with like stuff. So we were like, there's a guy making one to hit because these are aluminum bottles. There was a guy making his into a knife.
Well, dude, ours looked like knives by the end of the game because we were hitting them between a folded up seat. Remember, like a rattle,
that's right.
And by the end of the game, we were so pumped. Those things were like knives. I'm like, these things are like weapons in here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than having glass, but
yeah. Anyway, that was a great game to be at, and this game is huge, dude.
Those were the days.
Those were
Doug, what is it?
All right, we've got a few things to talk about on this episode, and then unfortunately, dudes, since I will be out to sea next week, I will not be able to do the podcast. I'm basically getting home right before. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get my hand for the camera, but my image is flipped on the screen.
It looked like you were waving like the Queen of England or something.
I was trying to wave like the Queen of England, but you couldn't see my hand.
That was
That was you on the boat.
Anyway, I'm gonna be on the boat. Don't worry, son. You can do it on the boat.
On the boat.
Anyway, I'll be getting home. All things go well right before kickoff, before our matchup against the 49ers. Anyway, this game this week is huge.
That's the next one, isn't it? But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not worried about that game.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm worried about this game.
I'm worried about this game.
If we win this game, dude, I was thinking about this. And you know how much I hated the Cowboys, but the fact that they won this week makes it more likely that, because I don't think, there's no way we're going to catch them, right? So that makes it more likely that in the last week of the season when we play them, they won't be playing for anything.
They're 3 games ahead of us right now, and there's 4 games left.
Yeah, so
3.5 games. 3.5 games.
It's possible that we could run the table and they could suck. And then they would be playing. That would be awesome if that happened. And
well, they sucked all Sunday. I was one of the many people. There were 8 different teams that were on bye over the weekend. And when the red zone started up, he named all 8 of those cities and said, "Welcome," because he knew people were like, "What else they gonna do? They're gonna watch red zone all day."
And it was a pretty good bye week for us, I gotta say. But what do you think? So is it possible then that we could catch the Cowboys and get the second spot?
We would have to win out. They would have to lose out. And our last game is against them.
So it's possible. So it is possible.
It is possible because there's a 3.5 game difference.
But if the Cowboys win one more game, then they'll probably have nothing to play for that last week. Because
that's kind of what people are thinking, but you never know.
You never know, though.
No, man. I mean, 2 years ago, Doug Peterson got fired from coaching the Eagles because he decided pull their good quarterback and then put in their backup just to be a dick, to the owner of the Eagles, and he got fired for it, and now he's in Jacksonville
Jaguars. But anyway, this game is huge though, dude, because if we win it, I heard something like, not even if we win it, just as of right now, we have a 72% chance of going to the playoffs.
We didn't play last weekend, and we moved up 2 spots. 2 spots. We were 8th, and now we're 6th. We didn't even play.
Yeah, but that's only fair because we played one more game than them, so now it evened out and we're better. So at that same record. But yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we have the tiebreaker against the Giants right now because we have a better schedule in the division than they do.
Because we beat the Eagles.
That's right.
Is that it? Is that our only win in the division against the Eagles? Yeah, I think it is once. So we're 1-1. We got 1-2 and 1
because we lost at Dallas.
1-2 and 1.
1-2 and
no, 1
because we have the Giants and we have Dallas. So 1. Yeah, okay, you're right. 1-2 and 1.
We're 1-2-1. So this week we could go 2-2 and 1, hopefully. And then when we beat the Giant or the Cowboys on the last game of the season, we would be 3-2 and 1 in the division.
Hike.
So we could still have a winning record in our division, which would be a lot. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I think remember when I was saying I think we need to have 3 more wins in order to go to the playoffs, and I'm still kind of holding to that because
out of 3 more wins out of the last 4 games.
Yeah, we might be able to do it with 2, but I haven't really analyzed it a lot. But we got to beat the Giants because they're the team that's right on our heels, so we have to beat them.
Yeah, they're right behind us.
Because if we beat them, it's oh my gosh! But if we beat them, we have the tiebreaker for them in the division and a better record, and a head-to-head tiebreaker, right? So that's 3 of them. Who's down here in the chat room? We got Chen and Nova Scotia. Yo. We got 3 Pete coming in on a bye week even. There's a lot of talk in the room with Kenny Ken going in there and stirring up stuff as usual.
About the Discord channel that we have, where we have only Redskins fans, and Redskins fans are allowed to come in, or Commanders fans, whatever you call yourself.
Yeah,
Washington football team fans. can come into our Discord room at tinyurl/HarryHF.
Yeah, there's a .com in there somewhere. But yeah, I stopped putting it on the tweets because we started getting those bots. So yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So you just have to hear it verbally now and see it on the YouTube screen.
That's right. That's right.
Anyway, let's talk a little bit about this. Chase Young, supposedly, like they've said for the last 4 weeks or so, 3 weeks, might play this week. And what are your thoughts on him if he is able to play?
Well, if he does play, excuse me, man, it's almost my bedtime. Seriously. Oh yeah, Chase Young. If he does play this weekend, it's going to be on the snap count. He's only going to get 15 snaps or something like that. And we'll see if having the year off will have changed what was going on with him before, because he had a rather good freshman year, and then second year he really kind of sucked, and then he got hurt. So if he can, because you remember last year, you always saw him running past the quarterback and it would leave the side open, and Montez Sweat doing the same thing. They just both run past the quarterback. He'd be like, great, I got a pocket here and I got a pocket here. Mm-hmm. It would just happen all the time, things like that. So if he has been able to watch that and learn how to be better about that, which he may have, I hope so, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. But again, I think he'll be on a pitch count for sure.
Oh, definitely.
But it could be, dude, he could come in and get that third down sack that we really, really desperately need.
I know. I'm still I kind of feel the same way. I want him to ease him in there, first of all, because he did get injured. I know people are, anxious to get him back and everything, but that was a serious injury he took, and it was in the middle of November. It wasn't it's only been a year and 3 weeks or something. And remember, in the time gone by, those injuries, your career was done. So, the fact that you could even come back after a year is pretty insane.
People come back a year later and they're like, what's wrong with this guy? He should be back already.
Yeah. So it's not like he got injured in September or in training camp and wasn't back yet. So anyway,
and also the injury, it was a pretty. It wasn't just a clean break or tear or whatever it is. There was a lot of mess in there. I remember them saying. So I think that's also just he just needs more time to get ready.
Yeah, and my thought was we've got to beat the Giants, right? So I would like to see him eased in, but at the same time, I don't want him coming back and missing assignments like you were saying, and then all of a sudden Daniel Jones ducks under him and runs 70 yards because no one's figured out how to stop him for this team. I don't get that, dude.
He's a running quarterback. Everyone knows that, but for some reason we just gave him so much. But watching the game last week between the Giants and the Eagles, I saw him running around in that, and he ran around a pretty good, decent time in that too. And it's not just us,
What did he have in that game? I'm gonna look it up. I didn't watch any football last week, dude. I had so many chores. Oh, the Redskins aren't playing? Guess what you have to do today?
Chores.
All right. Giants, Eagles stats.
Let's see what he ran for in that game compared to what we did, because they were getting it handed to them eventually by the Eagles. They were just way better than them.
All right,
but you saw him take off a few times, which again, I'd really like to see Heineke take off a couple times if he can protect himself. We just need to have him run once or twice on his own, and then that's something that they'll think about it. Excuse me.
What the heck? What the heck? Is it showing me? It's showing me the wrong game. I'm like, wait, who is the quarterback? All right, hold on. Let me find the right game. Talk amongst yourselves.
John Beck.
I know. Giants, Eagles, stats. Why would it give me an old game? That's so weird.
I've had that happen before. By the way, looking ahead after this, we are playing at San Francisco 4:05 p.m. on CBS next weekend, and we're gonna. I don't know. We're not going to have Jimmy G. It looks like we're going to have Brock Purdy, who so far in, 1.5 games?
Apparently he looked great.
He's looking really good. And, he is literally the Mr. Irrelevant from this year's draft. But,
yeah.
He's just, I don't know. He's got a little bit of swagger to him, so.
Swaggered.
A little bit of swag, a little swag, wagon. It's a swaggin' wagon.
What was the date of that game? December. Why am I having so much trouble finding it?
4th?
The 4th? No, this is like 2 days ago. 11th.
Oh yeah, I guess the 11th.
All right, let's see. Okay, I found it.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes Chrome or Google messes up and brings you like games that are 2 years old. Okay, I found the stats.
All right.
Daniel Jones only ran for 26 yards, dude. I can handle that. If we can hold him to only 26 yards, then I'll take that. Any day.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that,
he did have one though for 17. So they let him have one big run and then
I saw that
only
one,
like 9 yards the rest of the time.
I saw that one, and I saw him get sacked like 2 or 3 times. And I was just like, wow, that's score. And every time I walked through the room, I was like, man, that score is just getting wider. The spread is getting wider and wider between the 2 scores.
Yeah. But anyway, we got to find a way to stop him. And Chase Young, I don't want him to come back and be like he was last year and be a liability. In other words, don't fix what ain't broke at this point in the season. But if he can come back and give us a spark here and there on a few choice plays where they're like, go get the quarterback, okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, what were you going to say?
No, Ron Rivera actually came out with some injury report news for this week since we're on the bye, since the injury report is usually tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
They figure that Montez Sweat, James Smith-Williams-Smith are both out with concussions, but they think that they will be back to the practice field tomorrow or Thursday.
Okay.
Sam Cosmi, the oft injured now, Sam Cosmi has an ankle sprain.
Yeah. And it says, what does it says? They'll see how he handles the injury is what I'm reading.
Well, yeah, we'll see what we'll see how his practice was today.
But the one I'm really concerned about, Benjamin St. Juice.
St. Juice. Yeah. It says that he had a good day of treatment and work today. It's a huge plus from what I've been told, says Rivera. So that doesn't tell us absolutely anything.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, that means he might play and he might not.
Yeah, exactly. Which is too bad, but
we need him. We totally need him.
We do need him because I swear. I mean, talking about that game last week, for 1.0 against the Giants this year, I really do think that the linebacker that was supposed to spy on Daniel Jones was trying to help whoever it was, linebacker or safety, was trying to also help Holmes because Holmes was just getting burnt over and over again.
Yeah.
So, and that might be why Daniel Jones ran so much. So Jamin Davis had a procedure on his thumb. He should be fine, Rivera said, after the procedure on his thumb.
Good. We need him. But, dude, we lost. Speaking of numbers. Speaking of
69, dudes!
Tyler Larson is done for the year with a dislocated kneecap, like we said last week. So now we've got to figure out who's playing offensive line. Cosmi's injured. Trey Turner is injured. That always sounds wrong to me because I'm talking about the baseball player.
Oh, you mean the baseball player that just signed with Philadelphia? It's gonna be him and Bryce Harper. Anyway. So right now on our offensive line, we've got Wes Martin's brother, Nick.
Nick Schweitzer brother. Wes Schweitzer's got to play too.
Wes Schweitzer is supposed to be back, so he should be in there.
Is he going to be center? What's he playing? Who's playing center? Oh, Nick Martin.
Nick Martin.
Oh, great. Yeah, here goes one over the head.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole interior of the offensive line has been suspect all year, and Roulier going out early for the rest of the year, and now, Larson going out for the rest of the year. So we're on our third center again. Didn't we go down to our fourth center last year?
Yeah, we
Right
did.
about this time with all the COVID stuff going on and everything.
Yeah.
So we got Norwell in there still, Lino, and Cornelius Lucas. I guess they'll stick. I mean, they might get Trey Turner back for right guard. They might have to try putting a Deke in there, but we know he's. I don't think Sadiq Charles is going to end up being a positive draft choice.
Sadiq. It's going to be a makeshift line, and speaking of, I think I need to apologize to Charles Leno Jr. Because remember, he got my Kick in the Balls award last week for letting that dude just come fly in at the end of the game and almost lose the game on a safety. But I heard on the Al Galdi podcast that it was Nick Martin's fault for calling the wrong protection or something like that. So my kick for last week actually goes to Nick Martin. That's what they said.
Oh, man.
Long story short, my kick goes to the newest Schweitzer brother, Nick Martin.
Martin Schweitzer.
Oh, also, since I knew this was going to be a short episode since we don't even have a game, right. We can talk about the fact that we're moving on up, first of all, which is awesome. And second of all, I have the sound effect from Hogskins, who always calls and vents on the hog line, which you can do also by calling 202-735-1788 and leave us a message. And I can play that. I actually got it on here. Right next to the
69 dudes!
69 dudes button.
I can't believe we didn't have that before. I can hear all that now.
I know, we fixed it. We did some
Instead
good
of being
things.
Like, that's all I could hear. And now it sounds like.
Hold on. All right.
Life is good again.
All right. Here's the voicemail from Hogskins, who's a longtime listener and often vents on the hog line.
Oh, man. What's up, fellas? Aaron.
Sounds like
John.
Josh. Oh, man.
Josh. Peanut Gallery. This is Hogskins. Man, I just called the vent, man. I just got done watching this tie. I don't know what's going on with Scott Turner, man, in his play calling. Norv Jr. I always crack up when you guys call him that. But anyway, dude, how come Scott Turner will not every game he should have some design runs for Heineke, dude. I mean, look what Atlanta did. What was the quarterback? I forgot Atlanta's
Mariota
quarterback. That was that dude's name. But anyway, he was running all over him. Jones this game, dude, Taylor Heineke do the same thing for our offense, dude. He can run the ball, but they have him sitting there in the pocket or just rolling out, throwing the pass. And I hated those in overtime, dude. I think the first offensive series that we had, it was 2nd and 7, and they did a run play with Robinson, and he lost 2 yards, and it was 3rd and 9, dude. I'm like, come on, man. Oh, dude, man, I'm just so pissed, fellas. We could have had that game. I don't like Scott Turner's play calling. I really don't. Man, and let Heineke run the ball more, man. I mean, you see, that would help us out big time, man. With our running game, with the pass, and then, sprinkle a few design run plays for Heineke, dude. I'm telling you, I think we can score more points on offense, man. It's just killing me. Anyway, all right, man, I just had to vent, fellas. So I just hope you guys mention, Norv Jr. and how horrible of a play caller he is. Sometimes he calls some pretty decent plays, but overall, dude, I don't really care for him as offensive coordinator. Hey, let's get somebody else. All right, man. Look forward to hearing y'all podcast. All right, take care.
So when I was listening to that,
too cutesy, man. He's too cutesy.
I thought of something interesting though, because we're always talking about why is Heineke not running as much. Do you think part of that may be because he didn't really have? They don't want to throw in Howell and Wentz wasn't.
Sam Howell in there.
Yes, and now that Wentz is back, will he run a few more times?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yep.
I'm kind of thinking that.
So we'll see.
I bet you they will. I bet you they saved it for the last game, and then this week they're going to be like, the Giants aren't going to be ready for this. We're going to be running Heineke more because we never did it last time.
Yeah, and now we've got a little bit of safety blanket there with Carson Wentz hanging out in the backup spot.
And if we get St. Juice back, I think that is going to be so huge. The Giants have tons of injuries too. I was reading, dude. Like they're beat up.
Was getting torched during that whole game, just like he was against us.
Yeah, the Giants are getting beat up, and their coach, I read a few comments that he had. He didn't sound too optimistic about getting his guys back, and they've got a ton of injuries. Ton.
Yeah, Saquon's got like a thigh injury or something.
He said he'll play, but there's a bunch of other dudes that he was like, I don't know, some concussions and other things.
Yeah.
We'll see, though.
If you saw Russell Wilson get his face slammed into the turf with his helmet on, and he had like a bruise, like about the size of a quarter right here on his forehead, just because his head hit the ground face first so hard.
Oh my gosh!
He got up, and his eyes, like he was seeing stars, and there was a huge brick of just turf stuck in his mask.
Dude, I'm so glad we didn't give up.
He had a concussion, so they had to take him out.
And I'm so glad we didn't get him. He's having like a super crappy season. Like we would have had to pay like so much to try to bring him in.
So much money. And speaking of that, in 3 weeks, we are playing against Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
You know what really sucks about Cleveland? Deshaun Watson is their quarterback. Another person that people were talking about is trying to get.
He's still playing? I thought he was
suspended for 11 games, and those 11 games are gone. So he started the last 2.
Ooh, how's he been playing? Because he used to be really good.
Well, he hasn't played in over a year, so he's got some rust to take off. But he looked better in the second game than in the first.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll destroy him and his like.
I hope that we give
whatever
him
he does.
Jonathan Allen and Jerron Payne sandwich.
A sandwich?
Sandwich. Sandwich.
69, dudes!
You know what?
Sandwich.
Never mind that, dude. We need it. The Giants are first and foremost. We need to get through this, and we have to win. We have to, and I think we will.
One day at a time, dude. One day at a time. Guys.
Guys, I don't know who's going to play.
So, dudes, this weekend, Sunday night, 8:20 p.m. on NBC is going to be our game.
It's going to be massive, dude.
Saturday night. There is a Saturday night game. I think it's the Bills versus somebody.
Oh.
I knew there was a Saturday night game this week.
Dude, I'm going to be asleep. I got to get up. I have a 7:45 flight out of Cincinnati, dude, which is like almost 2-hour drive from here. So I got to like get up in the middle of the night and drive up there because it was the only thing I could get down to Florida this time of year that wasn't like three layovers and so that's gonna suck on Saturday, but I will be in Miami in front of the television in the hotel room ready to watch that game on Sunday night, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna have my Cuban sandwich.
Oh yeah, those are good.
But anyway, yeah, I think I mean anything else that Hogskins said. I mean, he is Norv Jr., dude. I mean, you can expect cutesy plays here and there. He's actually been doing better. I've liked his play calling better than Norv Sr. this year. Actually,
we never really had the Norv Turner play calling. Like, we never had what he did when he was in Dallas.
No,
we never had that same thing.
We had. I just always thought that Norv Sr. was just kind of, well, mediocre. Like, nothing great about him. And it was, a lot of times you're like, dude, what are you running? Like, the cutesy plays, I can't stand. He was talking about Brian Robinson losing yards. If your running back loses yards here and there on a run, okay. If you're doing some cutesy triple option, double reverse, flea flicker screen, I don't want to see that junk. Like, I actually hate the double reverse. It gives the defense like 20 seconds to figure out where you are before you even cross the line of scrimmage. It usually, nets like either -4 yards or 4 yards. It's not, I've never seen anyone usually break that one.
The only time I like the double reverse is if the second guy holds up and
throws it
deep.
Yeah.
That's the only time, because the NFL is so hard to be able to get around the edge. Not like college.
Yeah, not like college. We need Benjamin St. Juste back. That is what I'm going to be paying the most attention to this whole rest of the week, is if he's coming back. We've been talking a lot about Chase Young coming back. I am more important to me to get St. Juste back this week. You need a super speedy wide receiver for it to work best. Yeah, we've got some speedy dudes.
Yeah.
3 of them. Dude, I was listening. I haven't listened to it a lot. I mean to, but I never remember to. I was listening to Tress Way on Hang Time with Tress Way with his interview of Brian Robinson Jr. Dude, get this. When he was growing up playing like Pee-wee football and like high school and middle school and whatnot, he said that multiple times they would stop the game, and it was usually fans from other teams would stop the games and then go talk to the coaches and the refs and come over to their sideline and like demand to see his birth certificate because he was just schooling dudes. And he said they had a book on the sideline that had photocopies of like the players' birth certificates and their photos. I was like, whoa, dude. You were like, they're stopping the game to check your birth. Can you just see it? Like, these dads like, that dude can't be playing with my son. He's too old. And they're like, nope.
SEC country, man. That's SEC country right there.
Oh, my gosh.
They really, really love football.
Yeah, because he's actually
really
from Alabama.
Football, yeah.
He's actually from Alabama, so he was probably playing down there. But anyway,
from Tuscaloosa. Like he stayed. He went to the hometown university.
Yeah, he said he was only like a mile from campus where he lived.
That's crazy. That's crazy cool. It's kind of like it's not the same, but that dude that went to Michigan, the defensive end Hutchinson, and then he got drafted by the Detroit Lions. So he's played like his whole career because he grew up in Michigan. So he's played like his whole career, high school and everything there in Michigan. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about Brian Robinson because they had all those really good running backs that came out of Alabama right before him. So he didn't even really get to play until his senior year. Like he didn't have 4 years of college, like taking the load is what I'm saying. So his body's not completely worn down. And running backs in this league only last like 7 years these days.
Yeah, especially he's a special condition guy because he's been shot.
Dude, I'm just saying, I think he's going to be awesome. Like,
oh yeah, I love that we have like multiple running backs that are good.
Yeah,
I mean, number one, just looking forward just a little bit. We really need to focus on like all 5 spots on the offensive line because we just don't have people that are awesome at any of those spots. We need to kind of solidify some of that stuff because our weapons and our running back, quarterback, wide receivers, and even our tight ends to an extent are really good.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely again need to work on the offensive line. There was like a few years there where we had good offensive line and no playmakers. Now we have a lot of playmakers and the offensive line is suspect. But they're still opening holes for these running backs. We're still getting over 100 yards a game with running by committee.
Yeah, that's because offensive linemen love to block on the run, to block on a run. They don't like to pass, but they like to go on a run.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get that heft moving.
Once you get it rolling downhill, as they say.
Going, just
behind Norwell.
Day, man. Trey Johnson, back in the late 90s, Trey Johnson would just eviscerate guys. It's just like these guys are just like, just getting run over.
Dude,
Trey Johnson.
I've been wearing my Trey Johnson jersey since this winning streak happened. But I'm wondering, should I keep wearing it since we had a tie? Should I switch it up? Should I stay with Trey this week?
Yeah.
Does the offensive line need extra power?
We need a lot of that help right there. I mean, I wear this Heineke jersey. Gotta support the guy that's out there throwing the ball, that's chucking it.
And I think we're gonna see him run some more, dude. I really do, with Wentz active as the backup.
Our prediction is that this weekend we will see him run a little bit more because they are less worried if Carson Wentz has to take over than Sam Howell.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I haven't really heard people talking about that, but I think now that I've been thinking about it, I think that's might be what we see. And we just played the Giants, and they already know what they're trying to prepare for against us. Like, oh, he's not going to run it. But
yeah. I mean, for both teams, it's like run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that game against the Giants, I know that the stats were different, but I mean, it was such an equal game. It's so funny that we tied, and our records now are 7-5-1 for each of us.
Yeah. We gotta win it. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
This is this is by far the biggest game of the year.
Yeah,
by far.
Thus far,
we win this. It will help a lot. If we win this game.
If we lose it, it's gonna suck. If we lose it, we're gonna pretty much have to win out to make the playoffs. I think. Like I said, we need 3 wins. We need 3,
and we got to go out to San Francisco.
That game's going to suck because we're going out to San Francisco after playing a primetime game the week before.
Yeah. And it's New Year or Christmas Eve.
And Christmas Eve. And it's on a Saturday, right? It's a Saturday.
That's what I was just looking up. It is on a Saturday.
Short rest.
And
I didn't think about that. So that's the equivalent of like playing a Monday night game.
And West Coast teams often have a lot of trouble when they come out to play East Coast teams, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see, dude. But it would be nice to get those wins. All right, I think we're gonna wrap this thing up. Do you guys have anything else? I mean, these guys are talking about in the chat room, wanting to see DME Brown in.
He gets like one catch a game. He has like one play where he's going deep, and he's kind of 50-50. Sometimes he gets it, and sometimes he doesn't. And you look on the stat sheet, and it's like DeAndre Brown, one catch, 29 yards or something. And that's it. That's all we get from him.
Nightwing 19 is pretty pumped about this game.
I'm very excited about this game.
Speaking of, I need to give my precarious prediction for this game.
Oh yeah.
Doug, what is it? We are the Commanders.
All right. Here's what I think's going to happen. I think we're going to go in like like we went into that game in 2012 against the Cowboys in the end of the year. We're going to take care of some business in this game.
Yeah.
I think we're finally going to find the way to stop Daniel Jones for the first time in like ever. And I think we're going to put up some pretty big numbers. Heineke's going to run for a touchdown with a pylon dive, first of all. Terry McLaurin's going to have one touchdown. Brian Robinson's going to have a touchdown. And Logan Thomas is going to have a touchdown. I think we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game 31-12.
Whoa.
31-12 Washington.
12.
Yeah, we ain't messing around. We're done messing around. We're done. We're done. Write it down, dudes. 31-12. Because
Not in
We
my
are the
house.
commanders.
we're commanding respect in our house. Also, you know who's going to be there pumping up the crowd? Those left hand up dudes.
Oh, that's right. It's the home game.
Left hand up. Dun-dun, dun-dun.
I heard that they were doing the next 2 home games. So I
Yeah.
wonder, but that means not for Dallas.
That means this home game.
And then Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yeah. Anyway, let's round it out.
We're not Detroit.
Let's round it out here, dudes. Where's my mouse button? There it is. Like to give a shout out to all of our friends in the chat room on this bye week episode. That's 3-Pete, Nightwing 19. I think Chen in Nova Scotia was in there. DJ Cool 4. I think that's it this week. Is there anyone watching? Oh, Ian28. Sorry, I didn't see you hiding out in the live podcast room watching on Discord. There's Ian28. He's a man of few words, Ian28, but he's in there. Yeah. Give us a call on the hog line like Hogskins did, 202-735-1788. Leave us a message. We might play it on the podcast. Join our Discord community, tinyurl.com/HarryHF. Reach us on Twitter at HarryHog. And you can send us an old-fashioned email, hhfpodcast@gmail.com. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
I think that's about it. Get pumped, dudes. If you're able, go to the stadium and fill it up this week. And as always, if you see a Cowboys fan, you know what to do. Choke 'em! Bye-bye.